Well, good morning, Rotary District 7770, and welcome to your all club call for Wednesday, July 29th. My name is Donald Hovis from the Chicora Rotary Club in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I would like to call on past district governor. I'm not sure, I can't remember the exact district, but maybe you'll say in your introduction. Bart Mahoney to bless our meeting and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Donald. Past district governor from 6690. And I know up there they continue to thank the Lord for getting rid of me and placing me in 7770. As we gather together today on this special day, as we pivot, as they say, in Rotary and continue to meet virtually, we see that with your guidance, we continue to perform as you have asked us to do, serving others, service above self. We ask that you continue to bless the efforts of Rotary and the Rotary family. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Bart.
You're welcome.
I would ask that you mute your lines, please. Everyone mute your lines. Thank you guys for being here. We are recording today's conversation, and that will be posted on the district's YouTube channel. And we're also currently streaming it live on our Rotary International District 7770 Facebook page. We'd encourage you to go there after this and share this meeting on your club and your personal Facebook pages, because we have a great speaker lined up for us today. We'll get to her in just a little bit. But now I will do the vision statement of Rotary. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. Now we are going to do introductions. When I call your name in the order I see you on my screen, please make sure you come off of mute, because you all should be on mute at this point. We want to know your name, your Rotary Club, and today, we would like for you to add your classification into your introduction. So the first person I see, Terry Moore.
Hi, good afternoon. Terry Moore from Somerville Evening, and I'm retired federal law enforcement.
Thank you, Terry. Sandy Brooks.
Sandy Brooks, past district governor, 2016-17, and currently I am the Global Scholar Chair, and I'm from the Hilton Head Island Rotary Club.
Lou Mello.
Lou Mello, Mount Pleasant Rotary, classification, retired, ocean transportation, past district governor, 1314.
Thank you, Lou. Mary Gask.
Hey guys, Mary Gask, Five Points Rotary in Columbia. I'm the public image chair for the district. I have no idea what my classification is. I think it might be advertising and marketing, but you know, I don't know. It's been so long.
Thank you, Mary. Mr. Terry Egan.
Yeah, thank you, Terry Egan, Carolina Forest Rotary Club in the Myrtle Beach area. And classification, I'm a professional fundraiser. How about that?
Thank you, sir. We've heard from him once, but he gets to introduce himself again. Mr. Bart Mahoney. Come off of mute, sir.
Retired banker, retired district governor, 2013-2014, member of Carolina Forest Rotary.
Thank you, sir. How about Bo Forshee? Please come off mute, sir.
Unmute. Bo Forshee, Surfside Beach and real estate.
Thank you, sir. How about Huff?
Retired Higher Education Administration.
Say
And I'm
your
from the
name and
Rotary
your
Club
club.
of Terrell.
Say your name and your club, please.
Yeah, Rotary Club of Terrell, past president and current foundation chair.
Thank you. How about Jay Jones Elliott?
Jay Elliott from the Somerville Lunch Club, and my classification is in nonprofit organizational.
Thank you for being here. How about Mr. Bob Gross?
Bob Gross, the Sea Island Rotary Club of Beaufort, environmental engineer, still working a little bit, and I'm the district governor nominee. My year will be 2022 to 23.
And I want to say we appreciate you joining us last week, even while on vacation in Yellowstone, I believe.
I was in West Yellowstone, Montana, and the low that morning was 39 degrees, and I was not thinking about being home.
I bet you wish you were back in 39 degrees with the heat we've been having in South Carolina over the last few weeks. That's for sure.
You got it.
Up next, she is on vacation this week. How about DG Pauline?
Yep, DG Pauline Levesque, Myrtle Beach Club. My year is 2021, and my classification is hospitality. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you. How about Mr. Ed Bell? Sir, you're on mute.
Good afternoon. My name's Ed Bell. I'm president of the Charleston School of Law, and I'm with the Georgetown Club here in Georgetown.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now, once you introduce yourself, please make sure you go back on mute. How about Tim?
Tim Walters, CFO at Care, South Carolina, and Hartsville, South Carolina. I'm a member of the Hartsville Rotary Club.
Thank you for being here, sir. All right, let me see. Who did I miss? How about Adrian?
Adrian Rod Simba Harrison. I'm the president of Vista Nights in Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm a teacher.
Well, thank you for being here. And I'm Donald Hovis, the current president of the Chicora Rotary Club on the Public Image Committee, doing social media for clubs. I'm your CWRAP host, and my classification is photography. So now we are pleased to be joined today. Have you guys ever heard of the Rotary Geek? Well, she's with us today. I've had the pleasure to meet her in the past. She even came and spoke at my club, so we're in for a real treat. But let me pull up her bio, and bear with me here a second, because this is I like this. This is a really good bio. There's a lot of really cool things in this bio. So Tiffany Erwin is her name. She was the District 7670 governor for 2019-2020. And that district is up in the upstate, kind of the mountain area of North Carolina. She is an award-winning keynote speaker, commercial spokesperson, sideline reporter, and television personality. She is an avid sports fan and enjoys attending her games at her alma mater. Sorry, Clemson fans, she's a Gamecock, where she earned her BA in broadcast journalism in 1992. Go Gamecocks, Tiffany. I didn't know that about you, and I like you even more because of that. She is a solopreneur who teaches social media and operates an online boutique on eBay. Tiffany believes true happiness comes from giving back to others, and she is often heard saying, "Work is a four-letter word, volunteer is not." She has served on the board of directors for her local Chamber of Commerce, Gamecock Club, Rotary Club, Salvation Army, and United Way Campaign Cabinet, among others. She was named the Communicator of the Year for the Media Women of South Carolina in 2015. Known worldwide as the Rotary Geek, Tiffany has been on 2 international Rotary service trips, served District 670 as its public image chair, district conference chair 3 times, membership chair, assistant governor, and district governor. She is a past president of the Four Seasons Rotary Club in Hendersonville, North Carolina. She's a 2-time Paul Harris Fellow, and she is currently the Vice President of Public Image for the CART Fund. Tiffany was selected to lead breakout sessions at the 2015 and 2017 Rotary International Conventions in Brazil and Atlanta, as well as more than 125 other Rotary District conferences and seminars around the United States. She manages 3 personal websites and blogs, as well as social media accounts on every major platform, including a growing channel on YouTube. Now, save the best for last. Some fun facts about Tiffany. And one of these I actually remember now that I see this. She says she has OCD, which stands for Obsessive Christmas Disorder, where she has 14 Christmas trees decorated in various themes each year. She manages 9 different Facebook pages for various businesses and nonprofits. This is the one I remember. Sorry, Tiffany. She once made the not-so-top 10 on ESPN after being run over by a football player on the sidelines during a live television broadcast in 2013. She was the first female chairperson for the board of directors for Henderson County Salvation Army. She won talent in the 1991 Miss South Carolina pageant as Miss Spartanburg, playing dueling banjos on the flute. She's known for her extensive shoe collection, including personalized rhinestone Rotary Geek shoes. So without further ado, the Rotary Geek, Tiffany Erwin.
Hey guys, thank you. You know, one of those district conferences I've spoken at over the years was yours. Sandy had me as one of the keynotes, and that was one of the highlights for me to be on the stage that weekend with Sylvia Whitlock and Ann Matthews, and what an incredible weekend that was. So I appreciate Sandy inviting me, and I've spoken to your youth exchange, your RILA group as well, thanks to Lou. So it's great to be here with you guys.
Well, we are glad to have you. So I want to kick it off. I know you've got something after this, but so how did the Rotary Geek even come about?
You know, it's interesting because I don't think I even understood what the definition of geek was when someone first called me a Rotary Geek. And so I did a little research and found out that the definition of a geek is someone who is enthusiastic about a particular topic of which they have some knowledge. So if you've ever met me in person, to say I'm enthusiastic about Rotary might be an understatement, but I think that it encompasses all of you guys as well. We are all Rotary Geeks when you think about it, because this is an organization that we continue to learn more about and get more involved in it and do more, but we're also passionate about what we do, and we love this organization and we're enthusiastic about it. So I decided to go with it and make it a catchphrase and try to embrace it instead of hide from it. And we have pins made now, lapel pins that say Rotary Geek, and it's got the little nerdy beanie hat with the propeller on there. So we have those for sale if folks want those. We have a website now, rotarygeek.com. And now that I'm no longer governor, my plan is to get back active on that website again and begin sharing stories from all of you all, people that I meet along the way who are also fellow Rotary Geeks. So I encourage you, if you aren't already, to follow me on all my social media accounts. Use the hashtag Rotary Geek when you share stories of amazing things that are going on around your district or your club, because truth is, we're all Rotary Geeks.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I will say, I learned something new about you and the Salvation Army. I'm very involved, and I'm the current chairperson of the Salvation Army in my county right now. So
wonderful.
How about that? We've got a lot in common. Now, before we go to your next topic you wanted to talk about, that Not So Top 10 clip from SportsCenter is in the chat box if you want to check that out, guys. We don't want to take you away from this, but if you do want to check that out, we did have that posted in the chat. Also in the chat, or you'll notice in her background first, you see a Rotary themed baseball jersey. if you want to purchase one of those, it's a fundraiser for the CART Fund. The link to purchase one of those is up in the chat. I've already ordered one. Bob says he already has one and loves it. Mary said she's going to order one today. So we'd love to see you guys order one. And if you do, post it in the chat box. Also,
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
have questions for Tiffany, please use the chat box as well.
And please share those pictures of you wearing those jerseys. We are really fortunate. As you all know, last year wasn't the year that we had planned for those of us who were district governor, but we make do with what we have. And I had ordered 500 of these jerseys to give out at my district conference, the greatest district conference that never happened. And so we were going to give away some of them to our attendees and then sell the rest as a fundraiser for CART. And now we're selling them all. And I'm very pleased that we have less than about 150 left, I believe. So I would love for you to get one of those, share it. They're going out all over the world. And that's been exciting for us to share the story of CART, which, as you guys know, was founded there in your own district. And so we are fortunate to be able to share that story around the world now, thanks to these baseball jerseys.
And they're only $20. She didn't even tell you that. They're only $20.
That's right, $20 plus shipping.
Let's get that link posted again in the chat box so people don't have to scroll up, because we do have a question on how we order.
Right.
There will be a link coming in the chat box.
Yes, just tiffanyerwin.com, and of course that link for the video on YouTube is on my YouTube channel. So while you're there, be sure to subscribe to that channel so that you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded, because I'm working on a whole series of things about Rotary right now, and I'm very excited and looking forward to sharing stories about people like you guys that I meet along the way.
Now, I don't know if you'd plan to show them later in your speaking, but I believe you have some other things you wanted to show.
Oh, sure. Well, when you mentioned the Gamecocks, and I know that Lou loves to see Rotary Cocky. He just loves Rotary Cocky. But Rotary Cocky travels around with me when I travel around the world. I am a huge, he has his own name tag, his classification. We were doing classifications earlier. He's a professional entertainer. And he has a hat full of pins from around the world as well when we travel. But if you can picture in your head, if you want to wonder why people are always talking to me about Rotary, or maybe originally thinking that I was a geek when it came to Rotary, picture this for a moment. You're walking through an airport and you see a woman who's 5 feet 8 inches tall, wearing 5-inch rhinestone heels, carrying a sequin backpack at a Gamecock. People are going to ask you, where are you going and what are you doing? So I get an opportunity to share my Rotary story quite a bit. And this past year, when I was district governor, I had a new pair of shoes made that have the theme on there for Rotary Connects the World. So that was a lot of fun this year to wear my rhinestone heels to my official visits and to other events. And again, it's one of those things that we all have something. So whether it's Polio Pete or Flat John or whatever the case may be, a teddy bear or something that we use to promote what we're doing or to catch attention or to start a conversation. There are a lot of people that wear a tiny, tiny Rotary pin that's so small that you can't even tell what it is. And I asked someone once, why would you wear a pin that's that small when no one will know that it's Rotary? And the answer was, because then they ask me what it is. And it gives you an opportunity to explain it. For me, I wear a lot of bling and sequins and rhinestones. And for me, sequins are my Prozac. So you see me coming, you get an opportunity to hear, to see that, and you get an opportunity to talk to me about my Rotary experiences. And I was really, really fortunate this past year to be able to serve as district governor, as I know so many of you on this call have had the opportunity to do or will do, Bob, in the future. And it's an amazing opportunity. And one of the things I really embraced during my year as governor, in preparation and during the year, was the importance of change. Because, you know, change is hard for all of us in some form or fashion. We all have to deal with change at some point. And I feel like we are really blessed and fortunate that Rotary has given us an opportunity to embrace change over the years. And it's not a new thing that Rotary is changing now with the way we meet or the way we travel or any of those things, or even the way we fundraise. If you think about it, Rotary has always been changing. And let's be honest, if Rotary hadn't changed in the 1980s, I couldn't have even been a Rotarian, much less a district governor. And so I'm really grateful that Rotary has changed. And I found a quote by Paul Harris that I love to share. And he said, "This is a changing world. We have to be prepared to change with it. The story of Rotary will have to be written again and again." You know, it's honestly, that's true. Rotary has changed again and again. So I implemented a lot of changes in my district, things that perhaps stepped on a few toes, maybe caused some eyebrows to raise. Some of them were accepted well, maybe some not so well. But in the end, we embraced change. And if you think about it, in the vision statement that Donald was reading to you earlier, I talk about that statement a lot. It talks a lot about creating lasting change. Someone said to me once, "What is your elevator speech?" If someone asks you, what is Rotary? And I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. I don't believe you need an elevator speech. I think all you have to do is memorize that Rotary vision statement. It says, "Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves." That's what we do. We create lasting change. And aren't we proud and honored to be a part of that? I spoke at a Rotary Club in Alaska one time where they fine you if you're not wearing your Rotary pin, which I thought was a really interesting concept. But they pass around this big, huge fur hat. I mean, it's Alaska. It's got a Rotary cog on the front. And they say, if you raise your hand if you're wearing your Rotary pin today. And 75% of the room, their hands went up. It was great. I said to them, "I have to have my picture made wearing that hat." They said, "Honey, you don't want that hat anywhere near your head. Trust me." So I didn't get that photo to share on social media. But I was so impressed with how many of them were wearing their pins that when I got up to speak, I said, "Do me a favor again. Raise your hand again if you're wearing your Rotary pin today." And 75% of the room, their hands went up. It was great. So then I said, "Keep your hand up if you wear your pin every day." And their hands started coming down. And I would ask them the same question I would ask you today. Are you only a Rotarian on Wednesday at lunch? Or are you proud to be a Rotarian every single day? Now, maybe we don't see as many people in person right now as we did 6 months ago or a year ago, but we're still seeing people. Maybe we're wearing our Rotary masks. I went to the grocery store yesterday, was wearing a Rotary mask. You know how you can't recognize people with their mask on? You always feel bad because I feel like they're people I should be speaking to. But yesterday, everyone recognized me in the grocery store. And all of a sudden I realized it's because I was wearing a Rotary mask. And people know that I'm the Rotary girl that drives around with the Rotary car and the Rotary stuff. And so everybody recognized me. But you should wear your pen every single day, no matter what, because it speaks volumes about you. What it says is that you're a person of high ethical standards, that you live, work, and breathe by the 4-way test. It says that you have a heart for service. It says that you want to create lasting change. And it says that you're a leader in your community and around the globe. And those are amazing qualities that we should be proud of every single day. As I was preparing to be district governor, a friend of mine gave me a book, and I wanted to share it with you guys today. It's called Adventure in Service. I don't know how many of you have ever seen these books. You can find them on eBay. I'll just give you a little hint there, since we talked about classifications earlier and I have an eBay store. I don't have these for sale in mine, but someone gave me one as a gift. And then I found this version on eBay. This one, this exact one, they were first started being printed in about 1949, but this one was printed in 1970, the year I was born. All right, go ahead and do the math. I'm about to turn 50 this year. But I thought it would be really interesting to read this book and see how much things had changed from the time I was born to the time I became district governor. And here's what I learned. I learned that sometimes, as much as things change, sometimes they stay the same. And it's important for us to embrace change and address it and work at it. But it's also important for us to remember that as much as Rotary has changed over the years, we still have an amazing history that we should embrace and be proud of. Did you know that Rotary is older than the Boy Scouts of America? Now, I want you to think about that for a second. How many people have never heard of the Boy Scouts? Probably no one. But how many people still have no idea who we are and what we do? And that's on us to share that information. So there's a rich history and tradition that comes with Rotary that we should be proud of. Around the world today, there's a debate going on about our organization as to whether or not we are a service club or a membership organization. And I have to tell you, if you heard me speak 3 or 4 years ago, you would have heard a very different story from me, because I was one of those who preached that we're a service organization. But I've done my research, I've listened to other people, and I've come to realize that by definition, because we pay dues, we're a membership organization. And service is one of the many products that we provide. Our partnership now with Toastmasters International provides us with incredible leadership opportunities and training. If you are not like, I believe it was TJ who said he's a professional fundraiser. I've done fundraising in my life as well, but there are a lot of people out there that never have. But maybe they think they'd like to do that for a living. I don't know why, but maybe they would like to do that or learn more about it. They can do that in their Rotary Club and get real life experience. That's a leadership quality and a leadership skill that you can develop thanks to this organization. Public speaking skills. I'm one of the lucky ones, but I'm more afraid to die than I am of public speaking. That's probably not the case with a lot of people. But I believe that you can learn a great deal about public speaking from an organization like Rotary. You can learn how to balance checkbooks, how to do taxes, how to plan events, how to work with young people, all of these things. That's one of the many products that our organization provides. Networking is another product that we provide through our organization. So we're more than a service organization. And what's interesting is when I was reading this book, I found a little quote in here that I want to share with you. You also know, I know all of you know this because Mary and all of your public image folks do such a great job, that our branding campaign is that we are people of action, right? So let me read you this clip from, it was first published in 1949, remember. It says, "The Rotarian himself gives immediate and concrete meaning to the words service above self, and he profits most who serves best. The compilers of dictionaries do not build the meaning of such mottos, nor do they dictate that Rotary should be known as a service club. These concepts are made meaningful by men of action, their actions defining their words." Even then, okay, we're called men of action back then, because remember, women weren't allowed to be in this organization yet. But even then, we were called people of action. So as much as things change, sometimes they stay the same. So when I was asked what were my goals when I was becoming district governor, it was pretty simple. We didn't have numerical goals. Maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. We didn't have dollar amounts that we were harping on people every week. We had 2 goals in our district. Number 1 was to have fun, and number 2 was to do good in the world. Because my goal was to create lasting change and to be responsible for the success of others. Because I believe that's what Rotary is all about. And if we can help someone in our club to be more successful, if we can help someone in our community be more successful, this organization is organized friendship. And we have friends all over the globe because of the opportunities that Rotary has given us. In my district and probably beyond, the 4 most dangerous words in my district are when they hear Tiffany say, "I have an idea." People get really nervous for some reason. The next 4 most dangerous words are when I say, "There's plenty of time," because that means inevitably someone is going to get voluntold to get involved with something. But the reality is, you never know when that one idea could change the world. Think about Paul Harris as the ultimate example of that. One man's idea has changed the world. Your district should be most proud of the one idea of a man named Roger Ackerman, who believed that by throwing our spare change into a bucket every week at lunch, we could find a cure for Alzheimer's. You know, we all have different skills and passions and talents that we bring to the table, and that's what makes this organization so unique. We don't want to all be alike. I believe that who we are is what we do with what we have. And I'm never going to be one of those people who can write a big check to the Rotary Foundation. I wish I could. If I win the lottery one day, absolutely. Until then, I pay my $30 a quarter to the Rotary Foundation because it's the right thing to do, because it's my foundation. And I'm grateful for those people who are Paul Harris Society members or major donors or can give larger gifts to our foundation. I'm a worker bee. You need my help, I'll be out there picking up trash or directing traffic or whatever you need, organizing an event or a fundraiser, or doing social media or public speaking like this, traveling and speaking and sharing my Rotary story, because we all have something different to offer. And I got the opportunity, as Donald said, to go on a few service trips several years ago, delivering wheelchairs to people with spina bifida. And that's when everything changed for me, because all of a sudden I was no longer in Rotary. Rotary was in me. And I had an opportunity to see a mother pick up her child off of a dirt floor and put him in a wheelchair and give him mobility and independence for the very first time. And everything changed for me. And I really believed that was going to be my passion in Rotary. But I had no idea just a few years later, my mother would be diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and CART Fund, Coins for Alzheimer's Research Trust, would become so important to me. And I'm grateful now to be able to serve as Vice President of Public Image for that board, so that I can help share that story from the fundraiser that we're doing with the jerseys, to the public image banners, to the training, the social media, the public speaking, to special events, whatever the case may be. A few years ago, I said to my club, we wanted to do a little more than just throw our money in the buckets. And I said, I'd like to do an event. I have an idea. And they got really nervous. But I created the very first, you know, everybody does a 5K, an 8K, a 10K, a golf tournament. I did a 0K. It's all the fun without the run. And we have the stickers that say 0.0. We sell tickets. Well, we did. Obviously, we didn't get to have it this year. You sell tickets to the event. You show up with a caterer and a band. You blow the starting horn, and everyone races to the bar. It's a fabulous event. It's the start-finish line is one and the same. But people say to me all the time, you really think outside the box. Guys, there is no box. You just have to realize that if you have an idea, you can make it work if you find enough people who have the same passion that you do. So my advice to you, if you remember nothing else, if you don't remember the shiny shoes or the gamecock or anything else, remember this: find your passion and make it your purpose. Because that's what we have an opportunity to do here in Rotary, is to change the world and to create lasting change. And I'm grateful for that. You know, we talk a lot this year about diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that was a new committee I created in my district this past year. And I'm very excited that we're continuing that now. But that's brought up in this book as well. There are so many things we changed in our district last year. And some of them were, as I mentioned, were for the better. And some of them still need to be developed and need to be worked on. But nothing is out of the question. From membership ideas to innovative clubs to meeting times and locations to our costs and expenses, to our fundraisers, to our classifications. We have to be diverse in all of those things, not just the color of our skin or our sexual orientation or our gender. We have to think bigger than that when it comes to having a truly diverse organization. And I hope that you all will consider that when you start thinking about how you want to grow your club the right way. I'll be happy to leave some time at the end for questions, but I do want to share one other thing with you from this book, because the most interesting thing I found in this book as I read through it was that when you were basically, as a new Rotarian, given this book almost like an orientation manual, which is interesting to me. And in it, you were told two things. Number one, you were chosen for this organization. Wow. How many of us were told that when we joined this organization? I don't know about you, but the first Rotary Club I joined was because someone asked me. The second one was because my boss told me to. When I moved to this town, he said, "Oh, you're in Rotary in Spartanburg." And I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "You'll join the Hendersonville Club when you move here." Okay. I don't think I was told that I was chosen for this organization. That was 17 years ago. Just imagine how much more I would have accomplished or done if someone had said that to me then. And the second thing you're told in this book is you're about to begin an adventure in service. I don't care if you've been in Rotary 17 days or 17 years or 47 years. You can still start your adventure in service now. People say to me all the time, "Tiffany, I'm new. I don't even know where to begin." That's okay. We can teach you. You can learn. Especially now, there are opportunities to meet Rotarians from around the globe. And then there are those people who say to me, "Tiffany, I've been in Rotary 50 years. I'm tired. All I want to do is show up for lunch and see my friends and write a check." That's okay too, but I'm going to ask one more thing of you, and that is that you go find me someone that you can mentor, a new Rotarian that doesn't understand yet the gravity and the magnitude of this organization. Those are the people I want you to help us find. And that can be your new role in Rotary, because it takes all of us doing our part. It takes all of us who have different talents and passions and skills. And I keep one pinky painted purple for Polio Plus at all times, because it gives me an opportunity to tell people that we're this close to eradicating a disease. I wear my Rotary pin because it gets me an opportunity to talk to people about Rotary. I'm grateful for those people, though, who are passionate about the Rotary Foundation and understand all of the rules in there. I'm grateful for those people who want to put a dictionary in the hand of a third grader, or those people who want to build wells in Ghana, or those people who want to build schools. Whatever the case may be, we all have something different that we bring to the table. So the important thing to remember is what's missing from your table. I get to meet the most incredible people around the globe thanks to this organization, and I'm grateful for those opportunities. I believe it's made me a better person, and it makes those people around me better people, and it improves the lives of people I will never even meet. And that's what we have an opportunity to do because of this organization. So I am happy to share with your clubs in person or via Zoom if you would like. Please, I encourage you to follow on my social media accounts. Friend me if we're not. I think I'm friends with most of you already on Facebook, but I'm on Twitter and Instagram and all of and YouTube and WordPress and my website and all of those things, because I'm constantly sharing about stories of people I've met or places I've been or projects that I've heard of. If you haven't yet joined our Facebook group, and I shared this video to that group, it's called Rotary Geeks, Join Leaders, Exchange Ideas, and Take Action. I encourage you to join that group on Facebook as well, where we're sharing ideas and stories. And when I see things that you guys post, I share it there. We all can benefit from the I have an idea concept. And so I encourage you, if you like to read, or if you're a historian, or if you love Rotary memorabilia, find you a copy of this. I have them on my wall over here. There's several others. There's one about peace, the 7 Stories of Peace, I believe it's called. There's one called Service is My Business. And this comes in various different colors because of what year it was published. And I actually took this one to International Assembly before I became district governor, and had Mark Maloney autograph it for me. And I took it on all of my official visits this past year as district governor. So we are on an adventure in service. So I encourage you to think about how you can create lasting change. And remember, more important than anything else, you were chosen for this organization, and you're about to begin a new adventure in service.
Wow. Powerful message, Tiffany. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I have a few questions for you.
Absolutely.
Where can we get a Rotary Geek pin?
Absolutely. That will, I need to get those up on my website, but until then, if someone wants to email me, tiffany@tiffanyerwin.com, I will be happy to work. You can buy them as well from Russell Hampton. They are on their website, but I'll just say that I have several hundred of them at my house left over from this shutdown of events the last 4 months. I'll be happy to cut you a deal if you'd like to buy one for everyone in your club. But mine came from the company that Russell Hampton now bought. Someone help me out. You know who I'm talking about. Yes. You guys remember. It's left me. I'm sorry. But so they're endorsed by Rotary. They've been approved. But Russell Hampton has them as well. But I also have some if you would like to get some from me.
And to confirm, your email is tiffany@tiffanyerwin.com.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
I know that. I just wanted to confirm it for a question we had from a viewer.
Absolutely.
So it's now been placed in the chat box.
Thank you. It's not the 4 imprint people, Pauline. It's the, oh, you know who I'm talking. I can't, they were based out of Florida. I know you guys know who I'm talking about, but anyway, yes. But they're bought by Russell Hampton now, so yeah.
And now my second question for you.
Okay.
Is where is your Rotary face mask, and can we see it, and where did you get it?
Okay, so I have a few, and one is in the car. They might both be in the car. I have one that someone just embroidered the logo, the brand, the master brand logo across. I'm gonna look in my sequin backpack and see if it's in there. But I think they're in my car, so I apologize for that. But there's a picture of one on my Facebook page from yesterday, and then I have another one that's made out of the Rotary Connects the World logo theme material from last year. I ordered the material from Africa and had dresses made to wear to my district conference. They're hanging in my closet as well. And so my seamstress made me one like that. But there are some on the Russell Hampton website and some other websites. And I think I saw in the chat, maybe some of you guys have some as a fundraiser, but the people who are embroidering, or oh, that one looks great, Mary. Absolutely. So I have a pink one, and I have a just a like a canvas one that's monogrammed.
And the one that Mary Gask is modeling there is one that promotes membership, foundation, and public image as the Three Musketeers, one for all and all for one. And Tiffany, she said she's going to send you one.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. I would love to have one. Thank you.
Oh, Bart's got his Rotary mask on.
Nice.
I like it.
I think Bob has a question.
Yes, first, before I speak to Tiffany, I need to get prepped here. Let me get my mask on, just to be sure.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And when I play golf, he's always telling me what to do.
I understand. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, we have a couple of past district governors that we need to balance out here.
Exactly.
Anyway, you had mentioned that you had helped a child in a wheelchair, and I know that your district does a wheelchair project, because I have a good friend who was your district governor in 2012, a guy named Frank Dean.
Absolutely.
And you and Frank would be a crazy pair. But anyway.
That's who I went on those 2 trips with. I traveled with Frank Dean. Absolutely.
Yeah. I might go with him this fall down to South America if he goes. But he goes all over the world distributing wheelchairs. Would you touch base very, very, very quickly about your district wheelchair project?
Absolutely. We partner with the Wheelchair Foundation, and our district has given thousands and thousands, more than 10, 15,000, I don't even know the exact number, of wheelchairs over the years. The 2 trips I went on were to Nicaragua and Colombia, Medellin, Colombia, to deliver chairs to children with and adults with spina bifida. This past year, our current governor now, who was governor-elect at the time, and our past governor, so David Wachter and Bill Biddle, went to the Philippines and delivered some. They did not partner with the Wheelchair Foundation on that trip, I don't believe, but because there are numerous organizations out there. But Frank is very active with the Wheelchair Foundation. We've done a lot of work with them over the years, and they're very good with fundraising about finding matches for money, but we tend to send a container at a time. And it's a great service project to go on if you want to see the big picture of Rotary, but maybe you're not yet sure if you want to be hands-on digging a well, or if you don't know if, like me, I don't know if I'm strong enough to do some of that stuff. And but this was a good project for me to get started on, to learn more about Rotary and see the big picture and meet Rotarians around the globe.
Oh, and one more thing. When did you finish Carolina, and in what?
92. I graduated in 92, and my degree is in broadcast journalism.
And that was in journalism. My son was there then, and he works at Boeing, so he's in communications. So y'all were there probably at the same time.
Great. We have to get him in a Rotary Club. Always working.
Thank you.
So can you tell us about your Rotary car?
Sure. So that was one of the other things I did this past year while I was district governor, was we had corporate sponsors for our district this past year to try to eliminate some of the fees that people were paying to come to district events. So I'm proud to say that we finished our Rotary year with a district conference that was never held, that was $500 to the positive, because I had so many sponsors covering fees and things, that even though the checks that we wrote out for plane tickets for our keynote speakers that we're not going to get back, obviously they're going to have credits for their flights, we didn't lose any money on hotel or food or things like that. And we made money because I had enough sponsors that had covered us. So for example, Ingles Grocery Store, I don't know if they're in Columbia or down, but Ingles is based out of Black Mountain here in my district. Ingles is a a regional grocery chain in the Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee. And they were one of my corporate sponsors this past year. And they gave us $5,000 in food that we used at our district events so that people didn't have to pay $10 or $15 to come to every breakfast meeting or every lunch training or anything like that. And we had a great partnership with them this past year. But I also had a Ford dealer who is a Rotarian in my district as one of our corporate sponsors. And he donated a car for me to drive for the last 18 months while I was district governor. So I've been driving a 2017 Ford Fusion. It has rotary magnets on both sides. And everywhere I went, I got to tell people about Andy Shaw Ford in Sylva, North Carolina. And I tagged them a lot on my social media, and I talked about him in every one of my official visits. And I use that as an example that we all can offer something different. And as I said, I'm not one of those people that can write a big check to the Rotary Foundation, but I can volunteer my time and my talents as a writer, a public speaker, a social media videographer, fundraiser, whatever the case may be. And that's something that Larry was able to do for me, was to donate a car for me for this past year. So I put a little over 50,000 miles on it in the 9 months that I was driving. I was some weeks driving about 1,000 miles a week. And my gasoline bill has gone way down the last 4 months. And I was getting the oil changed every month. And I think they were very happy when April rolled around and I said, no, I don't need to come in this month. I can wait till next month. But I'm very grateful for Larry and his sponsorship of my car last year. And I had just been in a car accident the 6 months, 1 year before I became governor, and my car was totaled. And so I was shopping around for a car anyway. So it was the perfect time to make that pitch. And now I'm buying that car because he was so wonderful to give it to me for 1.5 years that I'm now buying that car from him as a thank you. He calls it the puppy mentality, though. You know how you send a free puppy home with a kid and the kid was never going to let that puppy go back, and because they're going to fall in love with it? That's what I've done with this car. And but I'm going to keep the car. And but it was a great opportunity for me to not have car insurance or car payments or car upkeep during the year that I was district governor. So we did that with a lot of other sponsors as well, but those were the two major ones.
Well, thank you very much again for being with us today. We do appreciate it very, very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for those that also joined the call today. We do appreciate you being here. For those of you on Facebook, thank you as well. As a reminder for everyone, we do these conversations with Rotary Action People, or CWRAP, segments 3 times a week. Monday at 11, Wednesday at noon, and Friday at 11. Coming up on Friday, we will hear from a gentleman who did a motorbike racing in Egypt called the Cross Egypt Challenge. So that's coming up on Friday. Tune in for that. I will conclude today with the Rotary 4-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Appreciate your presentation, Tiffany, your enthusiasm. I do know you should have received several baseball jersey orders throughout the call, so way to go.
Wonderful. Thank y'all.
And hope everyone has a wonderful Wednesday. That's a wrap for Conversations with Rotary Action People for Wednesday, July 29th. Have a great day, everyone.
Hey, Tiffany.